Hey, how's it going, everyone? David here, and welcome to another reaction. This episode, we are diving into, man, we're jumping into Glee Season 3, episode number 16, called Saturday Night Glee-ver. I haven't watched the movie Saturday Night Fever, so I'm not entirely sure how much they're going to relate to the movie itself, or just, I know it's going to be a lot of fun. I know it's going to be probably a little bit more on the, I guess you can say back in the times as far as music goes. So I'm sure it's gonna be a lot of disco type dancing, if I'm not mistaken. But basically, what happened in the previous episode, we have a lot of stuff going on with Quinn. I was very critical of it though, like that they kind of rushed the whole car accident thing, where she's now in a wheelchair. She's been sort of hanging out with Artie. Artie's trying to like put in her mind, hey, don't get too comfortable with the idea that you're going to walk again, because that might not be a possibility. Other things that are going on is, Puck was pitching to Finn that, hey man, let's start that pool business. Let's take it to California, whatever. It could really make a lot of money. So Finn brought it up with Rachel. Rachel wasn't really too happy with that, and there was just a lot of critical things that was going on in the previous episode. But now we're diving into episode number 16. Very excited. Hopefully you guys are. You know what time it is. Buckle your seatbelts. Let's ride. See, I figured it was gonna be very like groovy. Goes right down to my blood. I've always wondered, musical wise, do they not notice them singing? Very interesting choice of dance moves right there, man.
Disco.
Is that supposed to be a young Schuster?
It's a waste of time. I just want to be famous, plain and simple. Don't even care how it happens. I just want everyone to know my name. Cool.
Honestly, I don't know what to do.
I'm not here to spy.
Why else are you here then?
I want to ask your advice about something. Our coach is Jesse St. James.
The star of vocal adrenaline is vocal adrenaline.
My guy just spits
You're the board.
so
You don't like
much.
it? There's the frick.
That's why I want your advice. Our regionals are this Saturday, and I want to go on stage wearing a dress and heels, because that's who I feel like I am inside.
Unique.
Yes. What would you do?
I love the idea. It's bold to,
Let's support disco in this room.
But some of you do. So, for this week's assignment, we are going back in time to the songs of Saturday Night Fever.
What? Come on, Mr. Shu. That's like a record our parents listen to. That album,
Look at
Team
Travolta.
Solomon Grundy, is one of the
Look at
best-selling
Travolta.
soundtracks of all time.
Tony.
If it's something we can't share, we can't steal it.
This is so interesting. Hey, Tina, look at it. Hey!
Don't need no help.
Oh, we already know he about to kill it. Go ahead, Finn. Go ahead.
In Hudson. What?
Oh, he's trying to light a fire under them.
Congrats, guys. You three are the finalists of the Saturday Night Fever dance competition.
He's trying to light a fire under their
High
butts.
stakes here. Which one of you will...
I think everybody's got like a little bit of disco in them, man.
And my dad is a dentist. He thinks my dream is unreasonable and insane. You know what? He's right. I don't know the first thing about getting a recording contract or a manager.
The cream always
I don't
rises
like
to the
that. I don't
top,
like when
Mercedes.
parents do that.
Yeah, well, I'm creaming here, Mr. Shu.
Just shoot down children.
But what if out there...
At Reno, she wore them on the day they caught the Unabomber. Deliver these unto Unique. Get him to cram his ham hocks into these platoons at regionals, and we'll be well on our way to a national championship.
So this year we're gonna like sort of do it the Sue way.
Because you all want to be famous too. The only difference is that I am 1,000% sure that I'm actually going to be famous. Just like I'm 1,000% sure that our man-child piano player keeps a petite Eurasian locked in a trunk underneath his bed. Sorry, James. Write this down, because there will be a quiz.
What if your dreams are bigger than mine?
I don't think that's going to be a problem. I mean, I did one of those quizzes online that was supposed to tell you what job you'd be good at, and my results were competitive eating champion.
Okay, sit down. My whole life I felt like I was in the
Come
wrong
on, man.
place. Like I was just some alien and no one understood me. But all I had to do was just go to New York.
It's probably like the first time that he actually sits down and thinks about himself.
That sex tape was private. We made that for us.
No, I know, but I spliced it together with a video of Lord Tubington performing everyday household chores.
Why would you do that?
Because you said you wanted to be famous. So I looked up all the famous people that I knew, and they all have sex tapes. So I put ours out there. I'm really excited about it.
Please welcome to the stage from Carmel High in Akron, Ohio, vocal adrenaline.
Very interesting. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know there was this many songs that
What I'm gonna do next year.
Ooh, this is good. This is good. This is very good.
Why am I nervous?
Don't be nervous. Mr. Shu made me
Oh, he's
watch
only telling
Saturday
her?
Night Fever, and
You can't do this for me. All right, it has to
No,
be
it
for
seems
you.
like for the first time, this is something he's doing for himself, man.
it is
That is
for you, but
awesome.
it's also what I want.
I love
It's my
it.
dream. I want to be an actor.
Don't worry, this time I'm not the one singing.
It's you. Did he make a video for her to show her?
That's me.
Yeah.
Wait, did you post this to YouTube without asking?
So do I. You ain't no skim milk, baby.
You ain't no skim milk baby.
The cream rising to the top.
Oh, hey. He laid it on her too.
Cheerleader for the rest of your life. But this'll get you a foot in the door. Maybe you can get a business degree, open up a taco truck. I'm still
right.
somewhat confused about your ethnicity.
All right.
I don't know what to say.
Getting carried away here, Sue.
Thank you.
Well, don't thank me. Brittany thought.
I ain't gonna lie, Santana looked like that's something she would rock, like her character. I wonder if they use Sue to replace Quinn in this sequence. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right, man. Season 3, episode number 16, Saturday Night Glee-ver. I was surprised, to say the least, that I knew so many of the songs from, I guess, that movie that I've never watched. I guess there's a reason if what, Schuster and Sue were talking about, that album is one of the best albums, because there was literally so many songs on there that, like, they're popular, extremely popular. It made me realize as well that even though people claim to not like disco or maybe the disco era, there were a lot of really good hits there. And so music wise, really enjoyed it. Thought they did a really good job with that. Other things pertaining to the video itself, the reaction itself, not entirely sure if in the beginning portion of this video, if the audio wasn't triggering. I looked over and noticed that for some reason, some of the things I was saying wasn't registering. But hopefully it's not too bad. But nonetheless, at least now I have it working and we can hear the review part of it, so that's good. Other things though, we have surprisingly no Quinn in this episode, which is a little shocking. I didn't realize it at first, and it's not the first time that they don't involve somebody that's not the main character or the main. Yeah, because usually they give people their own episodes or whatever. And this episode was basically surrounded by Finn, Mercedes, and Santana and their dreams, because they're the only ones that are the seniors that didn't really have any dreams or, any route that they were planning on taking. And so it makes sense for her not to be in the episode, but for her not to be anywhere to be found is a little different for me. I'm used to even the characters that aren't involved in the episode still being in the background during the dancing and stuff. And so that's just a very, I caught it last second, but I was just kind of like, wait a minute, where is she? But otherwise, really impressed, like I said, with the way they went about trying to find out what each individual wants to do in their future. I think high school is one of those time periods where a lot of people tend to not know what they want to do, and that's all right. It's all right. You're not. I guess there's all this pressure of like, what do you want to do for the rest of your life? What do you want to like? You know what I mean? And so a lot of people, a lot of high schoolers, or you know, when we were in high school, I don't know the specific age group of the people that are watching Glee with me, but when we were in high school, there was all that pressure and all that. Oh my God, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. And for some people, that wasn't the case. Some people knew right away what they wanted to be, who they wanted to be, and that's great. But for a lot of people, that's not the case. I couldn't tell you how many people that I know um, that even in college have changed their major uh, multiple times. You know what I mean? It's such a common thing to change your major multiple times. And so it's simply you adapt, you go along with the present. Some people don't really think into the future, which is okay. They like to live in the present, which is more kind of like what Finn was doing, where, some people like to plan so far ahead in the future that they don't really enjoy the present. And again, that's okay. However you operate in life, that's, totally up to you. But I just like the way they went about it. I like the way they I liked all of their dreams and what they wanted to do. So with Mercedes, for me, it's basically that she has the talent and no one will deny that, but she doesn't sort of have the motivation to pursue, in a sense. Like she doesn't. So for her, it's like, okay, how? So for Rachel, it's always been Niata. You know what I mean? It's always been going to New York. Like that's been her plan, and she's got the support team behind her to do it. Mercedes was saying that her dad's a dentist, and that he pretty much shoots down her dreams as far as like, he doesn't view it as something that's sustainable. And so for her, her motivation is just like it's a little lackluster, where she doesn't really feel as motivated to go, to a a place where she could potentially, run away with this thing. But she has a talent. No one will deny that. With Santana at first, she was just so obsessed with the idea of getting famous, which isn't terrible. It's not terrible. I see why, Schuster was kind of laying it on her, but it's not terrible. It's just her. She was willing to get to that famous. She just wanted everyone to know her name, and she was willing to do whatever, even if it meant, releasing the sex tape that Britney released or whatever the case may be. And so like the releasing of the sex tape made her realize that, man, I don't really want to be famous or well known if there's no meaning behind it. And so I really like the whole Louisville thing and that what she's gonna be doing. And then there's Finn, who I always get on him and I always get on Rachel because they are, after all, they are high schoolers, and I always tend to forget that because they're so much further ahead as far as like where they view their relationship than anyone else. And so, when I see them arguing or when I see them not talking to each other, or when we realize that Rachel sent a tweet instead of just sending a text message to him, I'm like, those are a lot of the immature stages that, they're going through because they're high schoolers. And so, seeing it and witnessing it, it irks my nerves because they want to get married. And I'm just like, this is not the way a marriage is going to work. But we get to the end and we see that Finn is, all in on the New York thing, but he's all in even for himself now. He said that he applied for a another school, an acting school, which is awesome, man. Which is awesome. He's still gonna get that adrenaline from the crowd. He's still gonna be, someone he can view as an important, you know, person. And so I liked it though. I liked it. I think overall episode wise, I'll probably still lean towards an 8. I think the story aspect of it was an 8. I think the music was around that 9 range. Excited. I kind of want to know more about Quinn. I didn't even mention Wade. That's a whole another topic that we could talk probably for a very long time about. But Wade, aka Unique, is just a big fan of Kurt and Mercedes. And so, which I thought he was like the combination of both in a weird way, where he had the like sort of swagger of Kurt, but he had this sort of like his talent was like on the Mercedes level, if you will. So it was cool that they kind of had him, fanning over, fanboying over Mercedes and Kurt, because I could see the combination of both of them and like almost how he like carried himself. And so basically with his storyline, it was just the fact that he's a part of Vocal Adrenaline. We see that Jesse is still coaching them. And he basically wanted to dress up as a woman on stage and perform. And so again, stuff like that does not bother me whatsoever. Does not bother me whatsoever. I know it bothers other people. So that's why I was saying it was a bold thing to do. Not for me. In my eyes, it was like, yo, go do your thing, man. Go do your thing. But for a lot of people, it's like it's a bold move to do. And so at first it was Sue trying to give them the shoe, give Kurt and Mercedes the shoes to give to Wade so that he can jeopardize Vocal Adrenaline's opportunities at regionals. But to me, if anything, he looked awesome out there. He did a really good job. And I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed. I love the episode, though. I love the episode. The music was really good, and it flowed very well. And so that's the episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you enjoyed the reaction. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Head on over to Patreon for the full, uncut, unedited reactions over there. Episodes extra early over there as well. With that being said, though, guys, talk to you later. Peace.